Hi, I'm Benjamin Law. I'm an author, columnist and screenwriter, and I'm going back to school with Student Edge.
First of all, what were you like as a teenager, as a student?
Well, I was acne-filled, I remember that much, as a lot of teenagers tend to be, but I really loved school, which is interesting, for the dweeby gay Asian kid to not really be picked on for all of that stuff. I had a bunch of really great friends. I was really into school, I got into a lot of the extracurricular activities, loved the subjects that I was enrolled in. Of course, there's a part of you that always wants to escape from school because it's escaping from your hometown, essentially. But school itself, I actually really valued a lot. I studied pretty hard. I was a bit of a nerd, essentially.
Well, tell me about some of the things you did with drama and art. Were you involved in any productions, any musicals?
Yeah, there was a production of Romeo and Juliet, and we did this strange Brechtian version of it where the lights were on and it was minimal sets and everyone knew what was going on. We didn't even try to disguise the fact that it was pretty shoddy theatrical production. And I was Tybalt. We did a slightly acrobatic version because I did some school gymnastics from a young age. It's really weird. So it was this kind of weird Brechtian Cirque du Soleil type production of Romeo and Juliet.
As it was always meant to be told.
Exactly. And now I look back on it and I think that would have been a strange thing to watch, actually.
Because it's all parents coming to these events as well, so they go
completely just stroking their chins going, oh, sure, I completely understand what's going on. But we also did a high school production of Taming of the Shrew, in which I broke my arm. We were very physical with our drama production classes.
How did that come about?
One of my friends was playing the shrew, I was taming her, and I was supposed to be somersaulted off her, I was supposed to be taming her from behind, and then she was flipping me to the ground, which I thought I could do because I was a child gymnast. Couldn't do it, and so my arm actually broke in front of an audience of young children. I didn't know it was broken, I thought it was fine.
So they didn't actually have to see you suffering or that kind of anguish?
Yeah, but as we all know now, I properly bleed for my art.
Right, well, exactly, I think that's clear. But you have mentioned gymnastics twice now, so we can't go past it until we address it. Tell me about the youth gymnastics.
I was a child gymnast. This wasn't in my teen years, but when I was a child and being, this a little runt of an Asian kid, I was very good at flipping and somersaulting and cartwheeling all around the place. I saw, I think, the 1988 Seoul Olympics, and I thought gymnastics was the most magical thing ever. So I did it for a few years, and then I quit because there comes a point in male gymnastics where you have to be really strong. I wasn't strong.
You obviously had these concerns in the cultural field and you're interested in performance. Tell me about, maybe was there a soap opera that you were particularly interested in becoming a part of? And this is very much a leading question, but tell me if that, by chance, there was a soap opera you were interested in joining.
I think most families of my generation, if you were allowed to watch TV, were broken into two camps of soap opera viewership. You were either a neighbour's family or a home and away family. And the home and away families tended to love drama a bit more. They're a little bit more into scandals because more scandalous stuff happened on home and away. So of course my family was a home and away family. And I watched it and I just thought to myself, I'm going to be on that show. I've obviously got the raw acting talent to be on that show. So I gave myself till the age of 15 or 16 to be a child actor on home and away. Give myself some breathing space.
Yeah.
So I've got enough time to actually show them what I've got. Did acting lessons outside of school as well. And for some reason I just didn't get on. I have a feeling now, looking back on photos, that it might have been because I had intense orthodontics going on and blossoms of acne all over my face, like angry flowers coming into bloom.
That's what's needed at Summer Bay. I think we need some more of that realness.
Completely, yeah. A lot of really bad skin and gnarly looking teeth.
Oh, come on now. So what did you go on to study at uni then?
I studied creative writing at QUT, which is in Brisbane. And looking back, I knew that I wanted to be a writer. I knew I wanted to write non-fiction, but I didn't have the discipline to be a daily news journalist. I love reading the daily news, I love absorbing the daily news, but that wasn't the kind of writing that I wanted to write. I wanted to write features. And the good thing about the creative writing degree at the time was that they absorbed a lot of subjects from journalism. So as well as writing plays and short stories and novellas, we were also writing feature articles and magazine articles, and that's really what I wanted to get into.
Did you choose that because this is what I love doing and this is what I'm good at? Did you see a career path? Did you see like, oh yes, and I want to become a columnist and I want to write professionally? Or was there a part of you that thought, at a certain point, this may not be a reality for me as a job?
There was no career path laid out from the start because we were only the third cohort into this very new degree. Creative writing degrees were a completely new thing, I think, in Australia at that time. And no one had graduated from the course yet. So when we came into it, the course that was just about to graduate were the first ever graduates from the course. So we had no idea what people became after this degree. But all I knew was that I wanted to follow my hunches. And my hunches were do something that you like doing, do something that you think you're good at, and hopefully, I mean, this was just this blind hope really, but hopefully a job, a paying job will come out of it. So I was doing work experience for magazines alongside of my studies. I was editing a student newspaper at QUT at the time as well. And that's because I had this suspicion that I wanted to work in magazines, but I didn't know what as. And I didn't quite know how the industry worked. But the main thing was that I was having fun and that I was working really hard whilst having a lot of fun. And that seemed to lead to work.
Were your family pretty supportive at the time about what you were kind of exploring? Did they hope that you had had a more maybe streamlined path to some career?
I've got a pretty unconventional family, as people who've read my book probably know about. But the good thing about both of my parents is that they differ on so many things. But what they do agree on is that they wanted all 5 of their children to do jobs that they liked. Their options were more limited in life. So for us, they wanted to make sure that we were doing something that we liked, to do something that we were good at, and do something that earned money. And I think that's a pretty good attitude for parents to have. We were just lucky to have parents who had it.
Well, what's one piece of advice you would give to young people who maybe want to follow your direct career path? Not
Yeah.
exactly, but that's a bit sort of sounds, like the young Terminator chasing the old one. but like someone who wants to get into your field.
Well, to get into the media in general, it's not a direct career path. It's not like you suddenly get a career and you suddenly become a TV presenter or a writer or a journalist. You have to work really, really hard. You have to build relationships as well. You have to like it enough to be doing it on the side of your studies as well. I think as much as my studies really got me as to where I am now, they really built my skill set. What also really helped was that I was doing all this work experience on the side. So involving myself in student newspapers, involving myself in street press and magazines outside of the study that I was doing at university. So occupying a lot of your hours with it, finding your community as well, because these are the people who are going to be looking out for you and hopefully you'll be looking out for as well. Those people who share the same values as you and also share the same ambitions and goals as well. And I guess the other thing is to make sure that you're enjoying it, because the minute you stop enjoying it is probably the minute you shouldn't be in the industry you're working in. And that's not just media, but any sort of job in general.
Ben, thanks so much for your time.
Thanks a lot.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed that video, click here to subscribe to our YouTube channel or find more of our stuff at studentedge.com.au.